The morning sun filtered softly through the kitchen windows as you busied yourself preparing breakfast. Your mind, however, was miles away, tangled in thoughts of your husband, Jungkook. He was a powerful mafia leader, a man who commanded respect and fear in equal measure, but to you he was simply Jungkook, the man you loved. Yet despite your affection and care, he remained distant and cold and always preoccupied with his work. You couldn't help but wonder why he was this way. Was he an introvert, unused to talking to women, or was it something deeper? You thought to yourself. Your conversations were few and far between, and you often felt like a ghost in his life, but regardless of his demeanor, he was your husband and you loved him deeply. You were resolved to be patient, to wait for the day he would open up to you. You convinced yourself that beneath his stern exterior lay a heart that was simply unaccustomed to expressing affection. You lost in your thoughts, you didn't notice the smell of something burning. Jungkook, descending the stairs after getting ready for his day, immediately caught the scent of burning and hurried into the kitchen. He immediately turned off the stove and saw you standing there in your thoughts. Vayan, what are you thinking about? Where is your mind? Do you not notice that the breakfast is burning? You snapped out of your thoughts and looked at the stove, seeing the blackened remains of what was supposed to be your meal. I'm sorry, Jungkook. I was thinking of something and forgot about breakfast. Just give me 5 minutes and I will have it ready. You go and sit at the dining table, you said, trying to mask your embarrassment. He simply hummed in response and left the dining area. His expression is cold as always. Quickly you set about preparing a new breakfast, determined to make it perfect this time. Within minutes, you joined him at the dining table, serving the freshly made meal with a hopeful smile. He started eating without a word, and you took a seat across from him, watching him carefully. Despite his silence, you remained resolute. As Jungkook finished his breakfast, he looked at you with his usual calm but distant expression. I will be late today because of some work, he said, his tone firm. Don't wait for me. Eat your dinner and go to sleep. Do not wait for me, he said. You know he was aware of how you waited for him every night, sharing dinner with him no matter how late he returned. His strict reminder made it clear he didn't want you to keep doing that. You nodded, understanding his instructions. He stood up from the chair and headed out, flanked by his men. You watched him go, the sound of his footsteps and the closing door echoing in the quiet house. As he got into his car and drove away, you sighed softly, turning back to the kitchen to clean up. Despite his cold demeanor and the walls he kept around his heart, you resolved to remain patient. You would continue to love him and wait for the day he might let you in, even if it meant enduring these lonely mornings and nights. Jungkook was your husband, and no matter how distant he seemed, your love for him remained constant. That evening, you prepared dinner and sat on the sofa, waiting for Jungkook. Despite his strict instructions not to wait for him, you couldn't bring yourself to eat alone. You wanted to have dinner with him no matter how late he came home. As the hours passed, your eyes grew heavy and eventually you fell asleep on the sofa. Around midnight, Jungkook returned home, opening the main door with his spare keys. As he stepped into the living room, he noticed you asleep on the couch. He walked over to you. Why did she sleep here? I told her to go to bed. Is she waiting for me? He thought to himself. He gently woke you up from your sleep. You blinked your eyes open, smiled at him, and sat up. Jungkook, when did you come home? I just came now, he replied. But tell me, why are you sleeping here? Next time, don't sleep on the couch. There is a bedroom for a reason. I didn't intend to sleep here, you explained. I was waiting for you and didn't realize when I fall asleep. I told you this morning not to wait for me because I would be late. Why didn't you listen? He asked, a hint of frustration in his voice. I know you said that, but I didn't want to eat dinner without you. I wanted to eat with you, so I waited, you admitted softly. Jungkook sighed, his expression softening slightly. That means you hadn't had dinner yet? No, I was waiting for you, you said. He signed again, but this time there was a track of resignation. Okay, arrange the dinner. I will be back after freshening up, he said. As he went upstairs, you quickly set the table. When he returned, the two of you sat down to eat together. Despite his earlier sternness, there was a subtle warmth in sharing the meal. Though he might not express it, you hoped that moments like this would eventually help him see and appreciate your unwavering love and care. The next morning, you woke up to find Jungkook's side of the bed empty. You checked downstairs, he was nowhere to be found. You thought he might be in his home office, so you made your way there to check on him. As you approached, you saw him standing with his back to you talking on the phone. Not wanting to interrupt, you were about to leave when you suddenly heard him saying, Mom. Your curiosity piqued. You paused to listen to his conversation. Yes, Mom, I hate YN, he said. The word hit you like a punch to the gut. Your heart shattered. You had waited for his love and care for so long, and hearing that he hated you was unbearable. You turned to leave, tears welling up in your eyes. Your mind made up to stop loving and caring for him, and you leave it from there. As you walked away, you missed the rest of his conversation. Yes, Mom, I hated YN at first. I wasn't interested in marriage, not with anyone, but you insisted me to marry. I resented her for it, but as day passed, I saw how much she loves and cares for me. I have slowly fallen for her because no one ever gave me the love and care I needed, aside from you and Dad. YN is different. She always puts me before herself. She waits for me every night, no matter how late I come home, just to eat dinner with me. What more could I want, Mom? I'm so happy you have changed your opinion on love and have started loving YN. Keep loving her and keep her safe, Jungkook. Confess your feelings to YN, Jungkook. She will be very happy and I want you both to be happy. Jungkook replied, Sure, Mom, I will definitely confess my feelings to YN today. After ending the call with his mother, Jungkook made a decision. He cancelled all his work for the day, determined to confess his feelings to you and start a new chapter in your lives together. I'm sorry for keeping you waiting all these days. I was blind to see your love, but now I finally see it. Today I will confess my love to you and make you mine, he said to himself. With resolve, he left his office and went to find you. At bedroom, you were sitting on the bed, tears streaming down your face. You had waited so many days for Jungkook's love and care, but hearing him say he didn't love you had shattered your heart. You cried miserably, feeling a deep ache inside. Jungkook, searching for you, heard the sound of sobbing coming from the bedroom. He rushed towards the room and found you sitting on the bed crying. He quickly came inside. He rushed to your side. Why, what happened? Why are you crying like this? He asked, his voice full of concern. You turned away from him, not wanting to see his face. Please, Jungkook, go from here, you said through your sobs. Why, please tell me what's wrong, he pleaded, his worry deepening. Through your tears, you managed to say, I heard you talking to your mom and I hear that you hate me. I have waited all these days for your love, but I didn't even know that you hate me this much. Saying that, you lowered your head and started crying even more. Jungkook's heart sank as he realized what you had overheard.